Hello, welcome to Hanging On Monday Nights. We're always looking for ideas for topics for our show. So if you have an idea of something you'd like us to talk about, let us know what that is in the description of this video, and maybe we'll cover it. Who knows? Tonight, I wanted to ask the question to the room, something easy and kind of fun. What are your favorite types of events to do? And we may go around the room more than once. If there's, more than one type of event that you really enjoy, well, tell us what kind of event that you really like to do, and tell us why you like to do it. And I thought we'd start with Buddy tonight. What are your favorite types of events to do? Just give us one.
I would probably say I really do enjoy weddings, even though they're very complicated. A lot of time management, control, a lot of things going on, a lot of challenges. Every wedding is unique. Every wedding is different. Every couple is different, and that's what makes it different than a lot of other venues or a lot of other events. When you do a bar and you do the same thing over and over again, if you're enjoying it, hey, great, no problem. But I find that the redundancy kind of tiresome. Versus weddings, you never know what you get because it's always different group of people, always something different every single one. And like for the challenges that come with weddings, the technical side of things, especially I get in a lot of times on very technical weddings, as far as with gear and setup and stuff. I like that challenge. If I could just find weddings to do that are really technologically difficult to do, I'd like to do that all the time because I like gear. I'm a gearhead, but it's one of the things that I've learned over the many years is that I have to have patience.
Yeah. Sorry, there was a mark on my screen that was being a dot right here on your lip. It was driving me nuts. Get that off of there. They're rewarding, too. When you pull them off right and everybody has a good time, they're very rewarding. A lot of work, but the reward is nice at the end of those.
But also a lot of good pay with that, too.
Absolutely. And I should have said this, too. Forget about the money on this. Pretend that money doesn't exist. This is just something you enjoy doing. All money aside, Matt, what are your favorite types of events to do? Or give us one event that you really enjoy doing. Money's not an issue.
Yeah, my groove is karaoke all the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why is the karaoke your thing? Why do you enjoy that?
It's just what I've been doing for like the last 25, 26 years now.
Well, you're a singer, too.
Right.
So that helps. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the best of both worlds, in my view. Yep.
Damon, what do you got?
Oh man, well, I love doing festivals and raves. That's my jam right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done quite a few festivals. I've done a ton of raves over the years, and I love them because I can just go in there and bang out what the hell I want to play.
Right.
Probably like either house, techno, or whatever. All that underground stuff that used to be underground that is mainstream now, but that's my jam right there all day long.
Well, what's cool about that too is when you're doing something in a format like house or techno or whatever the subgenres of those happen to be, the audience is there for that.
Exactly.
It's like you don't have to talk. Hey, tonight we're going to do this. Are you okay with this? No, they're there to hear house. They're there to hear techno. So they're already there, ready to go for that. When you do those types of events, do you normally do the whole night, or are you hitting like doing sets with other DJs?
I do a lot of. I have done whole nights before, but I've also done sets with other DJs. So most of the time, I try to do at least an hour and a half slot.
Yeah,
and that way I can bang out a ton of tracks in that hour and a half. I'm a take no prisoners type of guy. I mean, I'm trying to hit them over the head as hard as I can for that hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I bet that hour and a half goes by like lightning too, right?
Yes, it does.
Oh, I bet it does too, yeah. Yeah.
And like Buddy say, I'm a gearhead, so I love playing on gear.
How about you, Kevin? Your favorite type of event to do?
Well,
no money.
Yeah. Basically, I'll say anything I like to do, I do. It's a tongue twister. But one of the things I'll say that are a little bit different, I was going to go with Matt's answer, but I could go around the room a couple times. One of the things I do, and it's usually just once a year, but I've gotten lots of compliments, is I provide the music and announcements for a local county fairground. So I enjoy getting to play a wide variety of music from older stuff. If they have the Armed Forces Day, I always bring in the Armed Forces medley song and play that a couple times throughout the day, usually early on because that's when they're there for their free meal. And then I make the announcements of all the activities going on. I've been told I have, oh my gosh, you sound like a professional announcer. Like, well, thank you. So I enjoy doing that because I'm playing a wide variety. I'm not just sort of pigeonholed. I'm just trying to play music, all sorts throughout the whole day.
Is that a gig where people are looking at you on a stage, or are you kind of like you're heard but not seen kind of thing?
Yes, I am not really seen. They do know where I'm at, so if someone needs to come and say, hey, I found this phone, I found this, they know where to find me, and I do have a walkie-talkie, so I'm in communication with all the other staff and the local police department, sheriff's office.
Kind of similar to broadcasting then, I would guess.
Yeah.
You're just kind of playing to the fairgrounds. Whoever happens to be in the fairgrounds, you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Voice for radio.
That's right.
Cool.
And I like doing that. It's long hours.
Yeah.
Basically open to close, 10 in the morning till 10 in the evening. But I do get to play like I said, a wide variety of music. I make the announcements. I like to have a little fun. Everybody seems to say that, wow, you do a really nice job. You should be doing it like at the state fair level or beyond. So
sure.
But that's cool. Something different I get to do.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Similar to you, I mean, yeah, it's always fun to play for a dance crowd. I love playing for dance crowds. But something I do really enjoy doing, and I don't do it a lot, but I like doing it, car shows. I love doing car shows. Mm-hmm. And what I like about, pardon?
Car shows are fun.
What I like about car shows is normally when you go to any car show, they're playing the same doo-wop crap at every show. And it's blaring too loud. And I bring a little bit different element to it. I'll bring a nice set of arrays so people can hear it, but they can talk over it. They can hear the engines over it. They can have a conversation about a car without getting their heads blown off or screaming at each other to compete with my sound. And I'll play songs that more line up with whoever happens to be attending the show. And I think about my brother, who's 9 years older than I am, so he's in his 60s. And, when he was driving around these muscle cars and these classic cars that we consider classics today, they were used cars. They were $500 cars, $1,000 cars, but they were really nice. Maybe, people were trying to save money on gas and they were all driving Pintos where, somebody's going out and buying a 68 Charger for a little bit of nothing because it's not gas friendly. And what were they listening to? It was more of the 70s music. And so I bring that element to the car show. And then I look at if I see a Latino crowd, I'm thinking about what they're listening to and they're cruising in their old cars. Or, anybody at all. So it's not just the doo-wop stuff and just rock even. It's all kinds of things. I've done car shows where I'm doing a lot of Latin too. Classic Latin, new Latin, things like that. And the crowd really digs it and I get compliments on it. I really enjoy that. That for me, that's a lot of fun.
I went to a car show last Tuesday with my mom, because my brother entered in my dad's old 38 Ford in that show. And they just had a speaker set up and we're running a 50s playlist off of Spotify.
Yeah. You'll see a lot of that. You'll see somebody sitting behind a PA that probably should have been retired in the late 80s. And blast.
It wasn't even DJed. They just had like a speaker plugged in and they plugged their phone into the speaker and ran a Spotify playlist of oldies,
I always thought it was strange that the music that's played at these car shows usually just kind of represent the cars that are from like the mid to late 50s. Most of the music is that. It's not like and most of the people who bought a brand new car in 1955 aren't at the car show, unfortunately. My dad was that guy. He bought a brand new 56 Chevy in 1956. Well, he's not with us anymore. And that's, I think, kind of, unfortunately, the status quo for most people. It's mostly boomers at these shows, the baby boomer generation, and some Gen X. And then some young kids are there, too. So it's fun to play for everybody. It's fun to play stuff that they would relate to in these cars. But yeah, that's just something I enjoy doing. So we can go another round if you want to, or we could change it up a little bit before we wrap the show. What do you think?
Cool with another round. It doesn't matter to me.
Did Tom want to add to it? Because I see Tom down there.
Tom, what are your favorite types of events to do and why?
Well, events we got going on for this month, we're doing...
No. Wait, listen. What we're doing is a show. We're recording right now. And what I want to know is, what are your favorite types of events to do? Just without the money or anything else. What do you enjoy doing? What are your favorite types of events to do? Just give us one that you like to do.
Barbecues, weddings.
Okay.
Car shows.
All right, let's do another round. One more round. We'll make it quick. Just to be funny, what types of events do you hate to do? What types of events do you just not enjoy? Or you just, when you get the call, you'd rather pass it on to somebody else? Buddy, what's that event for you?
The
hard pass. You know what? Call Brian. He'll do it.
No. I would definitely say the ones that I kind of shy away from is usually like kids parties or children's birthday parties, because of the fact that, not to sound bad, I have a daughter. I don't have no problem with kids, but kids parties, it's like it's they're very short in time. Kids don't pay attention to what's going on. The music there's more for the adults than it is for the kids, which is fine. Yeah. But usually it takes up a day. They usually want to do it daytime, versus I much rather be able to do other gigs, be able to do a wedding that night. If you get, brought into a party at, 12 noon, you may get out 2 or 3, but it still takes time to break down. And then if you got another gig close by, hey, great. But if not, it kind of sucks up your day, all that time for, not for a fun time. Again, it's the music's more for the adults and the kids, but you do run into the thing I worry about the most is kids grabbing things, moving things, touching things, and kids will be kids. Kids will do that. We had, kids on the wedding I had this past Saturday. I had the booth with the TV in front. They're coming to the TV, and at the end of the night, we're cleaning up the front of the TV. So it's stuff like that. I know it's going to happen.
Damn kids.
But yeah, it's just I just don't like doing kids parties.
I don't mind little kids. I don't mind them at all. It's like whatever. I can handle it. But for me, I would say the reason that I would shy away from them now was because of my physical situation. I'm not a very good party clown anymore. So I can't jump around and do the hokey pokey with them. I'd love to. I was able to do that at one time. I can't anymore. But yeah, little kid stuff doesn't bother me. But that's kind of a bummer. How about you, Matthew? What do you dislike? What do you want to pass on to the next?
I'll do them if I have to, but I generally don't really care for weddings. It's just a lot of prep and a lot of stress and
oh sure, a lot of work.
And
why they pay what they do. Yeah,
right.
I totally understand. I have a love-hate relationship with them myself. I love doing them. I kind of dread the planning process sometimes with certain clients. Other clients are fine. Some aren't. It just kind of depends.
You got to deal with kids at those too. So
yeah, a lot of times you do. Or any event, you've got kids.
I just had a wedding a couple weeks ago, and I've got this LED, old school LED can light that I had sitting on the floor that was shining up onto the ceiling and changing colors and stuff, and got these little kids that are 5, 6 years old, and they come over and literally they put their face right in the light. They're just staring at the LEDs. It's like, hey kids, you're gonna go blind. Yeah. Keep doing that.
Well, that's why I really like the LED uplighting stuff, because it doesn't get hot and the kids at least can't get hurt on it. Yeah, they might twist it around or whatever, but there's not going to be any injury with that, so I don't have to worry about that. Yep. Or grabbing hold of a light stand and pulling it down on top of them or something. So that's why like that low level stuff for those. It can be stressful. I get it. Damon,
Well, I have
be
two.
honest.
I have two. Sweet 16 parties. I can't.
Okay.
I don't like them.
Okay.
And the crazy thing is, even though they're a Sweet 16 party, I do a lot of events that are 18 and over, and it's like it's that 2 year difference. I just don't like.
I think I get it. I think I
Yeah.
get it.
Okay. And then the
Yeah.
other one is I do them, but I hate them. Is St. Patrick's Day parties.
Really?
Yes.
And just drunk and stupid, or
That's it. Drunk and
Yeah.
stupid. Because these people have been drinking since 7 a.m. And depending on what time you start, if I'm doing the first shift during the bar or the last shift, it's gonna be a mess. This just too drunkiness for me.
you know, it's kind of the same phenomenon that sometimes happens on New Year's Eve. Where
Yes,
it's amateur night.
exactly. That's it
These
right
are
there.
Yeah, these are not people who go out all the time. They're people who go out because it's New Year's Eve or it's St. Patrick's Day. They can't
Correct.
handle alcohol. They don't know how to act in public.
Yep.
And there's tens of thousands of them out there in every city, every
Exactly.
time. Yeah, so the amateur night thing, I totally get that.
Yes.
You don't have that any other time, really. I mean,
No,
I can't
that's
think of-
it. It's those 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'll see it at the occasional concert or
Yeah.
festival, but yeah, as far as just a vast, across the board kind of silliness, yeah, St. Patrick's Day and New Year's Eve are definitely the two big amateur nights I can think of.
And it's crazy because the day before Thanksgiving is a big party night for bars.
Yeah,
But it's not amateur night though.
No.
These are the people that's always been coming out the full time, so they know how to handle this stuff and behave.
and a lot of times they're from out of town, and they're like, we came back home for this, and we need a drink before we go through this thing we got to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
But they're not necessarily getting completely blissed, so they can't get up and have turkey in the morning.
Exactly. That's it. Or here in Detroit, they got to watch the football game. They got to be at the football game on Thanksgiving.
Or something.
Yeah.
I miss meeting New Year's dinners when I was a young man.
Yeah.
All right, K-Dog, it's all on you, man. What do you just want to avoid?
Mine is probably a little bit bizarre in that I want to avoid anything if it's miserably hot and an outside event.
Okay, outdoor events.
I just turn into I'm melting. So if it's outside and it's 90 plus high humidity, it's I just dread that situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done all sorts of events that have been that way. I've done weddings outside. Karaoke is a possibility. So
Right.
when that occurs, it just makes for just a day. It's you're just happy when it's done. You can go and get in the air conditioning and jump in a pool or something to just get out of the heat.
Yeah.
That's my biggest pet peeve is just hot outside events.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that you do have to think about with outdoor events that I don't like. You have to think about weather, for one. You have to think about the dew point. You have to think about the sun. Of course, you have to think about, rain or whatever. And accommodations aren't always fantastic for outdoor events. So I can totally get you on that one. I feel your pain on that one. I don't think any of us enjoy outdoor events that are not ideal. With perfect weather and perfect accommodations, I think we're all across the board can kind of agree on that.
And a lot of times they haven't made a contingency plan for
Right.
you. And it's it's not on me. That's something I ask you. Oh, well, we're just hoping for the best. It's that's not a plan.
It's not a plan.
I don't really want to be here. You got to have a plan. Otherwise, I don't want to be involved.
They don't have any skin in the game. I mean, if the weather's bad, okay, the event's not good, but it doesn't cost them anything.
Yeah.
Where you've got equipment you've got to worry about.
Yeah.
And they're not considering that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then if you say something to them, I've had people come back to me and say, well, you're not being very positive about this.
I'm being realistic.
I want you to have a great day. I just, not at my expense. Come on, I understand you're going to pay me, but I got to replace all this stuff if it gets destroyed or overheats or whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
You guys got some good ones. I'll tell you the ones that I've typically not enjoyed, and I'll be specific. It's real similar to what Damon's talking about. I'm not a school dance DJ. I'm just not. I can do them. There are certain high schools that I've done successfully. I found them rewarding. I enjoyed them. They're usually way out in the outer suburbs. But I've had really good experiences with a few different schools and their school dances. They're not long, 3 hours maybe, in and out, maybe 2 for the kids. So the little kids, like I said when Buddy was talking about kids' parties, I don't mind playing for the little kids. I really don't, because they're going to jump around and be foolish no matter what. They're just having a good time. And you can burn time with little kids. You can do the hokey pokey. You can do musical chairs. You can get the parents involved with that so you don't got to do much. You can do limbo that lasts forever and just burn time for these kids. So I don't really even mind that. I have a hard time with junior high schools. It's like what Damon's talking about. It's those in-between kids. They're not quite adults. They're not quite children. And they're trying stuff on you. And I don't like it. They aren't usually very well behaved in junior high schools. Anybody feel me on that?
I agree 100%.
I think they try to figure out what song that you might get yourself in trouble for.
Well, yeah, it's a stump the DJ, or let's get the, there's like, it's like when you're a little kid, it seems like you care about how other people feel, you know? Like you actually have a little bit of empathy. When you're a little older, yeah, I mean, you understand that, you know, actions have consequences. There's that in-between time they're trying to figure it out. And you know what? I feel for these kids. I really do. I was there at one time. I was trying to figure out who I was. I was maybe trying to compensate for things here and there that I'm sure a lot of you can relate to when you were at a certain age, right there, that weird early teen thing. But not at my expense.
Well, here's the other thing with that. Here's the other thing with that age group, that junior high to like 16. Musically, they don't know where they want to be.
Right.
Because first of all, the stuff that's being played on the radio is not what they listen to most of the time, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
So you really got to follow TikTok, you know, to try to figure out what they like and don't like and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, where you at musically, because you have some, oh yeah, I like what my parents listen to. Other ones is all about TikTok and stuff like that and YouTube. So it's like
there's this element of, like, as an individual, you know what? I really like this, but I don't want to look foolish in front of my friends for saying that I like this.
Yeah.
And I think that there's more of that on the junior high school level than there is when they get a little older. Or even when they're younger, they don't care. They're just having fun. They don't care. They're just enjoying themselves. They'll jump around to We Like to Party Bingo Boys and have a great time. And they don't care. But you do that in junior high school, they're going to throw tomatoes at you. So, I don't know. But, you know, have I done them? Yes. Will I do them in the future? Of course I will. My favorite? No. One of my least favorites, and it's that specific junior high, you know, early teen thing. Anyway, that's our show for tonight, kids. Thank you so much for watching. Check out our sponsor, DJ Event Planner, in the description of this video. Thank you, DJ Event Planner, for being one of our channel sponsors. We'll see you next time.